EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the legendary venues in the sport, historic Soldier Field in Chicago. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, set to get this one started. It's going to be a wet one. Here we go from the second city. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready, set.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Ready, set.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And a good start on the ground. He gets 8 on the game's opener.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 32.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Come on, cut.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Green Bay first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it.
Ready, check white. Red, 38, put.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Brandon Jones comes up with the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ready up.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 7.
Set, put. 43 rail. 33, yellow. Set.
To throw is Love. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
32. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it's going to be 4th down.
Stonehouse in punt formation.
That's taken at about the 14. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here's Williams to begin with a pass. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it'll be 2nd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
What is it? Hold on.
The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. They'll talk things over before 3rd down.
What is up?
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we'll have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Trouble, 38. Cut.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the 1st down.
Close. 60 red. 60 red. Set.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let's go now. Black, shot, 17. Black Ultra. Cut, cut.
Here's Love to throw. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. 1st down, Packers.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays.
He's got his big tight end, Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Green Bay. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
This will be returned from the 6. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
20-yard line.
What is it? Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. They'll dump this out wide to Gibson. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. 18 yards. A great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win. That's exactly what he did here. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. That's to the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
They get 16 on that connection. Good for a Bears first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
What is up? Westy.
They'll run it here with Antonio Gibson. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Andre Yosivach was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. They'll indeed go. It's Williams. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go. 52 boom. 10 strike. Black shot. Ready.
From the gun, it's Love. That one on target to Watson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big play to kick off this drive. 52 yards. Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11.
33. Yellow. Ready.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. It'll hold them to a gain of 2.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Ready? Cowboy 80. 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
He'll look to throw. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
Down in here in the low red zone, Mike, these windows are just so short. The field's a lot wider than it is deep, so it really changes the scheme and the progression of the quarterback, and nowhere really to go with the ball, and falls incomplete.
Steel, black, drill, spin. Let's go. 45. Needle, green jack. Hut, hut.
From the gun, on third down, it's Love. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Bears. What a spectacular take back for the score. You can stay in your own end zone and just take the touchback. Better yet, go the other way and get the touchdown.
And just a great heads-up play there, Mike. Not only to secure the ball in the end zone, but then to recognize he had an alley. He's able to outrun the rest of those guys, and now he finds himself taking it all the way back for 6.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. We're back to Soldier Field after this. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This is a short kick, returnable from the 13. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
27-yard line.
On the ready. Blue check. Here we go. Set.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley. He'll push forward for about a yard. And it's Murray, the linebacker, there on the stop. From 29, here's 2nd and 8. He'll get that out to Barkley. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback. Not only getting outside the pocket, buying more time for his receivers, but then finding a man open who's able to pick up enough to move the chains.
They'll run it here with Saquon. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Come on. Ready.
Now Love. That is intercepted. Picked up by their rookie corner. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown.
Talk about establishing yourself in this league as a young player. You don't have to be perfect. But, man, when you get opportunities to make big plays, when they come your way, you got to take advantage of it. And boy, did he ever.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. the ground. It's Barkley to start the drive. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
A gain of 21 yards.
Come on, 38.
First down, Green Bay.
Opposite. Green. Ready.
Here's Barkley. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
At his 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Ready up.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 7.
Ready. Ready. Yellow. Put smash. Red. Set.
They'll go play action with Love. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
32-yard line.
Striker. 3. Let's cut.
Love quickly out to Watson. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Here's a second and 6.
It's now second and 6. At the 28-yard line.
Red. Cycle.
The man in motion is Watson.
17. Cut.
A second down throw for Love. That one caught. That's Matthew Golden. And he'll be out of bounds down around the 40. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Really nice answer to the previous drive from this quarterback. You want to play at this league and you want to play for a long time, you better have a short-term memory because mistakes are going to happen. Really nice job here bouncing back, putting together a promising drive, and he's open to come away with a touchdown of his own.
Red. Yellow. Ready.
Love to throw it on first down. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Here we go. Set. Green Jack. 60 red. 52 blaster. Watch out now. 50 series. Ready.
They'll go with the option here to the short side. Good blocking, and he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Packers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No two-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. The return starts from the 5. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
17-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. Loveland open right side. He's got it.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
From the 23, here's second and 4. On the ground, Gibson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming. And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And the rush is going to get there. He goes down. They were taking a big risk going for it from their own territory. It does not pay off, and it's a turnover on downs.
Trouble, 38. Set, 43 rail. 52 blue. Spike, white, smash, red. Striker, 3-3. Five, 90 black ultra. Claws red, 6, mega. Blue strike.
In motion, Reed.
Ready.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Man in motion, heading left. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
Ready, ready. Edo blue. Ready. Green jack, 33. Yellow. Set.
Throwing is low. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Ready.
Love to throw. A pass caught by Saquon. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Pass's kick is good. And the Packers are going to move out in front.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
What is up?
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right. There with him, it brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10. That's a
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
2 minutes to go. 1st half, in a 2-point game. We'll come back to Soldier Field following this. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Here's Williams. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
Formation.
Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big shot to make sure this return didn't even get started.
On the double.
On 1st down, it's Love. Now a screen set up for Barkley. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. It is a big-time play for the Packers. It's a gain of 34.
Got it?
And the Packer 1st down.
On the ground, this is Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
2nd and 10.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Blown back in the backfield. We'll get the carry here. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
Bronco leading. Dragon 60.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Packers.
Ready, ready.
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Edo blue. Here we go, set.
On 2nd down, Love. That is caught by the tight end, Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Green Bay. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, like it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end. Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
Their own 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. That's complete. It's Odunze. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Throwing on 2nd down. Williams. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. The Bears go ahead, take their third and final timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. The Packers going to call out the field goal unit. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. Now a flip to the kicker. It's a fake. Oh, he's got a man, and he caught it. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This returnable from the 4. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. He'll find Andre Yosevich. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
It's a gain of
A big one there to start the second half. 32 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Williams. Quick slant. Looked in by Moore. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Williams to throw on second down. Open man downfield is Loveland. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Throw it again. It's Williams. It is brought in the end zone. Andre Yosevich. Touchdown, Chicago. It's his third touchdown catch this year. No problem there on the extra point, and the Bears cut the lead to 3, 24-21. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield.
Trouble 38. Ready. Red 38. Striker, drill green. Ready.
On first and 10, here's Love. That one on target to Watson. And he will go all the way. Christian Watson, touchdown Packers. Pass's kick is good. And the Packers will extend this third quarter lead.
Bears 21.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
What is up?
Under 10.
They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down. And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Got the hook up there to Odunze. The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
16 yards.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Second and 7.
Vegas! What is it? On!
From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
He's got his tight end. It's Loveland. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Chicago.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
What is up? Yeah.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Aside that open man is Knox. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
You can just see the frustration of the defender. Did you see him get off the quarterback? He's like, man, hold that ball for one tick longer, man. I'm there to record the sack. Nice job by the quarterback having that timing and rhythm to get that ball out of his hand. You can imagine, he got close this time. That defender, he's going to keep coming, and don't be surprised if he eventually gets to him.
Loveland open right side. He's got it. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Third down, 3 to go.
What is up?
Williams to the air once more. And that is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Bears are able to get it back within a score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go. Red.
In motion, Reed.
Ready.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that road.
Okay, ready?
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12.
You, yellow, 50, green. Ready?
From the gun, it's Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. And that is incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target. And it's going to be third down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ended up being a wasted down.
It is third and long.
Down. Blue 30, claws red. White. 6, Mega. Blaster, 6. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll get that out to Barkley. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Green Bay first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
They'll run the toss to Barkley. Down the sideline, past the 45. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. They get 21 on that one. First down, Packers.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Set, ready. Eagle blue, 33, yellow. Check, smash. Striker.
In motion, Reed. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Red. Here we go. 52 blue striker. Black ultra. Hey, check Mega. Drill 52. Ready?
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. There he goes, inside the 30. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Green Bay first down.
21-yard line.
52, here we go. Black shot, yellow, 22. Smash, red. Hut.
To throw is Love. A pass caught by Saquon. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
22 needle. Claws red. Hut, hut.
A second down throw for Love. Toward the middle. That one caught by Watson. And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
Packers, first down. First and goal, Green Bay.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal.
Blue, 32. Ready.
Here's Barkley. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The extra point by Bass is good. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Yes. What is up? Vegas, Vegas.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Yosibon. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
The 42-yard line.
Yes. Level. What is it? Punch third.
Here's Williams. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Level. Yes. Vegas. Here we go. Yes. Punch third. Punch pass. Yes.
On second down, it's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
What is it on?
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down.
Cut.
They'll run it to the right here with Barkley. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Packers.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ready?
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 7.
43 rail. Set. Ready?
We'll go play action with Love. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. This one's good for a first down.
That's good.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to eliminate.
And he's got another one. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Packers. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game. And number 12 on the year. Now Bass to tack on the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Packers are going to extend their lead.
Packers 45. Bears 24. Tyler Bass.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. On a throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Yeah, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. That's into the hands of Yosibach. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of
14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Bears first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing again, Williams. Quick throw, taken in. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 6.
At the 47-yard line.
Throw it again. It's Williams. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
brings up third.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Third and short yardage. Here's Williams. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
And on third down, what they're trying to do, Mike, is just get the ball out of his hands quickly and into the hands of one of his playmakers, but he just doesn't focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration, ends up in a drop, and falls incomplete.
This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down. We'll go three tight ends here on first and 10.
Here we go, set. Blue, 32.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So a lot of options on the table now. It's first and 5.
22 meters. Set.
They'll run the counter with Barkley.
And the key to this balanced attack, like the one we're seeing here, Mike, is that everything looks the same. The defense is constantly on their heels as they try to diagnose what play's coming next. That level of unpredictability gives them the edge on any given down.
Once again, it's Barkley. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3. It is second and 6.
Let's go now. Ready, ready.
Now a give to Barkley, running right. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Drill, 6, set, ready. 10 black. Hut, hut.
They'll try to run here with Barkley. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
This one taken at the 7. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground.
I think every running back's dream and he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Now whistles here and a penalty. Looks like somebody moved early up front.
Ready, sit up.
Williams to throw on second down. Looking down the field there, but its ball's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top. The Bears sending out their punt team. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully.
At their own 32-yard line.
Get it. Rocco 80. Ready.
Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So, it's a win here for the visiting Packers. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they